Hi, and welcome back. We are here for another Tactical Thursday, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the role of the central midfielder. Um, and we might touch on a little bit of everything, but why don't we kind of start with we're talking about both teams here are playing in a 4-3-3 shape. The blue team playing with two, as we would call holding, and the red team playing with one. But let's kind of start talking about central midfielders. So I'm going to start by talking about what we call the holding midfielder, or the pivot, or what some people will label as the number 6. So this player here in red. So real important function. We like to talk about the midfield being like the engine room of the team. It's really in the heart of everything. And this player, or the pivot, or the holding mid, in this kind of shape is a very important player, because she's got to both be really good at switching the play. She's got to be really good about reading where the game's going. She needs to really be someone that everyone can count on, because she's someone that in this kind of shape is always at an angle, it seems. Defensively, we talk about the role of this player here, trying to be between these two and forming this triangle here to try and keep the ball out of this area. Sometimes we'll, if we like switch shape here and maybe talking about it this way, with two pivots or two holding, it's the same thing. These players here working in unison to try and keep the ball out of this area, and needless to say, keep it from getting to here. Real important kind of concept there that we talk about a lot. But this player needs to be good on the ball. It's got to be a really good passer of the ball. As you can see, she's really kind of in the heart of everything. Got to be able to play it out wide, be able to play the target, to be able to support the two attacking mids in this case, be able to support the two holders, just really kind of that link player, or and you know, in Spain they call it the pivot. So usually if the ball comes from one side, we're looking for that player to switch lanes, to be really good at that. If we kind of go through the phases when we have the ball, she's one that's given us balance. So like I said, she's playing in between at an angle almost at all times. When we lose it, she's got to be somebody that organizes us right away. She's got a lot of players in front of her, and it's got to be able to step in to deny the other team being able to counterattack and to play into the attacking midfielder quickly. Defensively, like I said, it's really important that she's keeping a shape, somebody that we can trust, that we know that she's there and is always in the right position, reading the game quickly. Defensively, it's one of those players that if you notice her a lot, or she can be doing a great job if you don't notice her at all, or she's not touching the ball a lot. Why? Because she's keeping the ball out of that area. I think generally your teams look at that player as a ball winner, and that's definitely one of the functions. But for us, she's got to be a really complete player, be able to play both sides, and when we get it, be able to transition us. When we lose it, being able to get us back into shape, organize us right away. Got to be a strong voice. Really important position. And we can play this midfield in a lot of different ways, and the roles will kind of change depending on who you're playing with and the shape. Sometimes we've been in playing out of a diamond, and sometimes we'll do that to outnumber the players in midfield of the other team. Generally, the way we usually set up is we want to be +1 in the back, even in the midfield, and -1 up front. So that's usually the way we line up. But we've lined up in this shape before, and it usually gives opponents outside backs a lot of choices to make. And if they aren't really super assertive, it really kind of helps things out for you, because you get two 1v1s in channel number 3, which is really advantageous. Sometimes we'll go with, like we said, 2 holding and an attacking. Sometimes we'll play that way. We've also played with 3 in the back, and the midfield composed this way with wide midfielders, and tucking in our outside forwards a little bit into 2 and 4 and leaving 1 and 5 to these flank players here. Problem here is you're outnumbered in the middle, but you're causing problems for the other team. So what usually will happen if they stay with 1v1 up top, then you outnumber them here in the midfield, and then they have to make a choice. So it's really kind of fun, and you can usually see a team's shape by how they're playing in the midfield and how those interactions and rotations really happen. They happen there more than probably anywhere else, and just a really important position to have some understanding and some commonalities between you, because that's really going to kind of set up how you play. If you're able to keep possession, are you able to win the ball back, and are you able to stay on the front foot to play in the other team's half? So just a little kind of an overview. Hope it was helpful, and can't wait to get back out in the field very soon. All right, take care. Have a good one.